only to those of us who cannot hear. Giving, taking, swaying, listening. A glade, a lone branch on a cliff. Nourish one, nourish all. Shouting, murmuring, giggling and babbling, the forest lives. Tendrils reaching through the soil, reaching out for fellow roots, encircling, sharing gossip, news, and nutrients. One tree, every tree for all trees. Sullen onlooker, jealous conquer, threat. We were both fuzzy and my microphone wasn't actually turned on. Let me defuzz, and we're defuzzed. And let's get rolling. So welcome in to another weekly Wednesday Warble. And I have some familiar tunes, perhaps. Some that I've been doing for a while, and I have some new tunes. And we're going to start with Back to School is the theme. Back to School is the theme. Hello! And we're going to start with what happens before school comes back, the summer ends. So whenever I put these set lists together, the first thing I do is see if Mr. John Prine has a song for the occasion. And I'd been wanting to learn this one for a while, and I figured I would do this as part of a fall, and it's like, well, this is a song called Summer's End. So it doesn't really have anything to do specifically with school, but I feel like it's still appropriate, and it's a good way to start. We're going to start with the end of the summer. Summer's end, round the bend, just flying. Swimming suits are on the line, just drying. I'll meet you there for our conversation. I hope I didn't ruin the whole vacation. Well, you never know how far from home you're feeling until you watch the shadows cross the ceiling. Well, I don't know, but I can see it snowing in your car. The windows are wide open. Come on home. Come on home. You don't have to be alone. Just come on home. Valentine's breaks hearts and minds at random, but old Easter egg ain't got a leg to stand on. Well, I can see that you can't win for trying, and New Year's Eve is bound to leave you crying. Come on home, come on home. You don't have to be alone. Just come on home. just like that old house that we thought was haunted. Summer's end came faster than we wanted. Come on home, come on home. You don't have to be alone. Come on home, come on home. You don't have to be alone. Just come on home. And we've got, you're only here for about 10 minutes. But yeah, very, very nice to see you. And that's a bit of John Prine, a bit of John Prine for us. Thank you, Nancy, and welcome in. So the next song, the theme today is back to school. And the next song on the list is, again, one that doesn't specifically deal with school, but I think it really deals with the feeling that a lot of people get around the back to school time, which is just, there's a whole bunch of things to do all of a sudden. And even like, I'm not going back to school, but you can just tell there's just all sorts of things happen. Companies all kind of revolve around it, and so all of a sudden there's deadlines and things all popping up. So I just felt that this was a good, this makes me think of this sort of back to school time. So this is one of mine. It's called 7 Pegasus Cleanup. There's so many things to do, hard to know where even to begin. Decisions to be made, expectations to meet, and I feel like I am cleaning up after 7 Pegasus, a stable full of shedded feathers, half-ate oats and other waste, and it feels like I am drowning in daily stresses escalate. Obligation stacks up higher till keeping up feels so hard. I'm watching myself fall behind, and it feels like I am cleaning up after 7 Pegasus, a stable full of shedded feathers, half-ate oats and other waste, and it feels like I am drowning in the noise of 7 equine beasts. I'll go outside and take a breath. Seems like I work so hard and yet don't feel like I've accomplished much. Rome wasn't built inside a day. Stand back and appreciate all I've done. Unchecked boxes on the list, overwhelming, head down into it. And just when I think I'm gaining ground, I notice I forgot to eat again. And I feel like I'm cleaning up after 7 Pegasus, a stable full of shedded feathers, half-ate oats and other waste, and it feels like I am drowning in the noise of 7 equine beasts. I'll go outside and take a breath, then dive back in, pitchfork and feet in hand. There we go. 7 Pegasus Cleanup, which came from that was a temporary. It was a password, a product I use that just generates temporary passwords for quick things, and that was the temporary password it generated one day, and I was like, that sounds very messy. 7 Pegasus Cleanup, and that kind of sat around in a notebook for a little while. So this next song, I played this on one of the summer episodes, and it does distinctly mention that this is a song about summer. However, it's a song about baseball, which I particularly associate with gym class. In fact, until a couple summers ago when I played on an adult rec softball team league, we didn't actually have teams, Our teams are made up every day. Apart from that, my entire life, the only time I've ever played softball, we didn't play baseball in school, but the only time I played any of this type of ball and bat sports is in gym class. So I think of this as a specifically very school song, even though it mentions summer. So this is Peter, Paul, and Mary. Saturday summers when I was a kid, we'd run to the schoolyard and here's what we did. We'd pick out the captains, we'd choose up the teams. It was always a measure of my self-esteem, 'cause the fastest, the strongest, that played shortstop and first, the last ones they picked were the worst. I never needed to ask, it was sealed. I took up my place in right field, playing right field. It's easy, you know. You can be awkward, you can be slow. That's why I'm here in right field, just watching the dandelions grow. Playing right field can be lonely and dull. Little leagues never have lefties that pull. I dream of the day when they hit one my way. They never did, but still I would pray that I'd make a fantastic catch on the run and not lose the ball in the sun. And then I'd awake from this long reverie and pray that the ball never came out to me. Here in right field, it's easy, you know. You can be awkward, you can be slow. That's why I'm here in right field, just watching the dandelions grow. Off in the distance, the game's dragging on. There's strikes on the batter, some runners are on. I don't know the inning, I've forgotten the score. The whole team is yelling and I don't know what for. Suddenly everyone's looking at me. My mind had been wandering, what could it be? They point to the sky and I look up above, and the baseball falls into my glove. Here in right field, it's important, you know. You gotta know how to catch, gotta know how to throw. That's why I'm here in right field, just watching the dandelions grow. That's why I'm here in right field, just watching the dandelions grow. Now, when I was in gym class and playing ball and bat sports like baseball, I sat out in right field. I made no effort whatsoever. So our next song, hated gym class. So our next song is about a spelling bee. We're getting into the academic portion. We're getting into the specific music classes, and I'm just going to clean my glasses for specific music classes. So back in grade 2, I participated in a dinosaur spelling bee in my class, and I won it, for I was the only student who could spell ankylosaurus. I feel like, I don't remember it really clearly, but I do remember, I feel it was like sort of an elimination, like once you spelled so many words, once you had spelled more words wrong than other people in the competition, you were out. But anyway, I decided I had to, it made you vibe. It's got a good vibe, doesn't it? Peter, Paul, and Mary had a good vibe. I decided that because I do all this writing, I do a lot of my writing live on Twitch, and so people see me try to spell, and it's just, English is a ridiculous language to spell, and it's like I never know what vowel, how many consonants, is this a double P? So I was like, I really have to write a song about spelling. So I looked up the rules of an actual spelling bee. And so there's like there's different officials, and one is the pronouncer, and they give the word, and you're allowed to stall. If you need to stall, you can like ask for a repronunciation, and if you disagree with their judgment on your spelling, you can ask for like a recount. Is that in the baseball song? So anyway, here's a little song that I wrote about spelling. It's called The Spelling Bee, I believe. I haven't released it yet, so it doesn't officially have a name, but I think it's probably going to be The Spelling Bee. Feeling apprehensive? Are there two P's in apprehensive? I dreamt last night I couldn't spell a word, or was it dreamed? I practiced recognizing uses where we opt for C's and S's and Z's in our language. I drilled those words into my senses. The pronouncer gives the word and I ask for a repronunciation. Wouldn't want to mix it up with some related word. Don't want to end up disappointed. Is that two P's, two S's, neither or both? In my performance, I spell the word with bold intention. Can I get a definition? Can you use it in a sentence? I'll take this time to ponder if that root is Greek or Latin. Is it A, I, E, or U? Vowels are mystifying, C's and K's and Q's. It's all so confusing, but I worked hard and I before E in believe in me, myself, and I don't want to leave the competition early. When I finish spelling just one N in this finish, I open my eyes to the judge's consternation. Some say yay, but most say nay. I watch my rivals spell the word in their head. I raise my hand, make my objection. To the arbiter, I plead my case. Not or, though they don't arbit. Aggressively, I make my argument. Those double letters get me. After much deliberation and an Oxford English consultation, the judges deem it spelled correctly. I avoid elimination. Can I get a definition? Can you use it in a sentence? I'll take this time to ponder if that root is Greek or Latin. Is it A, I, E, or U? Vowels are mystifying, C's and K's and Q's. It's all so confusing, but I worked hard and I before E and believe in me, myself, and I don't want to leave the competition early. There you go. The Spelling Bee. And we're gonna stick with subjects at school, although with people who are probably past schooling. This is a song that I think no matter what this song was about, I probably would have included it today, because it came about because one of my Twitch viewers asked what would happen if I opened a textbook at random and wrote a song from the page that I opened. So I went upstairs and I found a math textbook and opened it to, it was Elementary Number Theory and Its Applications by Kenneth Rosen. And I opened to the page of zero knowledge proof, which is when you cannot prove that a thing exists, but you can prove that the proof that the thing exists does exist. Anyway, math textbooks always have a verifier and a prover, and they tend to explain the concepts with, Jim and Sally, or whatever, in this case, Vince and Paula. So I found that terribly romantic, and we have written a love song. But here we go. We've left English class. We've been to gym class. We've been to English class. Now it's time to go to math class. find Paula in the yard, sitting underneath a tree, reading elementary number theory and some of its applications. La 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 la. We find Vince inside the house, pouring through his diary, contemplating all the aviary specimens that he has spotted. La 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 la. Suppose Paula can discern from the spaces in between all the 1,000 tiny loving gestures that he sends in her direction. La 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 la. She has X but not A, and she'll never know B. That's the way things will stay, but proof exists of their congruency. La 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 la. Let us now assume that Vince is well aware of the underlying meaning in her imperceptible glances. La 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 la. He knows N but not P, and he's unsure of Q. That's the way things will be, but proof exists, it's irrefutable. La 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 la. She has X but not A, and she'll never know B. That's the way things will stay, but proof exists of their congruency. He knows N but not P, and he's unsure of Q. That's the way things will be, but proof exists, it's irrefutable. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Elementary number theory, which we'll record eventually. So then the next one is about a field of study, and this is about the field of study of taxonomy, which is where you know, a new species is discovered and a scientist looks at it and they're like, well, this has fluffy feathers and wings, it must be a bird. And its beak is long and it lives by the seaside, so it must be a seabird. And they, you know, put things in homes. So I read a little while ago that there is a crisis in the scientific community because young people were not interested in taking up the mantle of taxonomist, and there is a desperate need for taxonomists because new species are constantly being discovered every day. So I thought, well, isn't that interesting? I remember grade 2 science class, or maybe it was grade 4 science class. I think it was grade 4. Anyway, I remember, what do I remember from school? I remember spelling ankylosaurus correctly in grade 2, and I remember learning about kingdoms and phylums and the classification of animals in grade 4, and I remember enjoying it. So I was like, hey, I like that. Maybe I could become a taxonomist. So I got a book out about taxonomy in the field, and I discovered that it's fraught with huge egos and drama. And I'm not really one for drama, but so there's new techniques, there's new technology. So whereas before it used to be these people with a bit of a god complex would be like, I have named the Atlas slug. People would name things like they'd name things, they would name slugs after after their rivals, and they'd name noble beasts after people they admired, and they'd kind of let that go to their head. But then it turned out now we can, I guess, just look at DNA and see exactly how things are related to each other, and we've discovered that we are all related to each other, like we are all basically fish. There's no such thing as a fish or a mammal or a bird or a reptile. We are all just fish. And so that's caused a lot of controversy. Anyway, long and short is I decided that I didn't want to have anything to do with any of that, so I wrote a song about it. these days they got no inclination for to pick up the torch that Linnaeus lit. They say that we're underpaid, discoveries all been made. They have no reverence for Darwin's great book. What will become of us? What will become of our field? Who will come after us? The last taxonomist. My day we used our eyes, yes, we used our senses 5. Even that 6th sense we used time to time. Long days and weeks we spent determining characteristics. Put every specimen in the right home. What will become of us? What will become of our field? Who will come after us? The last taxonomist. Well, systemists these days got no taste for describing species. Spend their time denying our acumen. They got a better method, ours are childish and dated. They sneer and call us pretend scientists. What will become of us? What will become of our field? Who will come after us? The last taxonomist. Well, first came these lazy counters dependent on computers, punching in data, ignoring insight. Automation, not observation, that is their mantra. The likeness vector, their ultimate quest. New age numerological nuts. What will become of us? Insist that we got it all wrong. Put all their faith in a DNA test. Look down their nose at instinct that their machine passed verdict. Sadistic cladists insist we're all fish. Heresy, I say, and that's not the worst of it. What will become of us? What will become of our field? Who will come after us? The last taxonomist. For once it's identified, it needs a name. Surely the species is mightier than the sword. Immortalize heroes and friends, eternally mocking our rivals, baptizing noble beasts, infernally naming slugs. How like a god I felt. But the kids working these days got no sense of propriety. They have no grasp on the glory at stake. It takes class to classify, their sources are mystifying. No self-respect, no integrity. Spongiform, square pansy indeed. What has become of us? What has become of our field? How did it come to this? The last taxonomist. I cringe when I sit and ponder the future. For one day our species will go into space. Papua New Guinea, Marianas Trench beyond. Oh, who then will analyze samples brought home on the space beagle? Then when the knowledge is gone, when mankind has lost our art, the fools will regret what they've done. Just think of the kingdoms and phylums waiting to be recognized. There in that vast expanse, I wish I could be alone. What will become of us? What will become of our field? How did it come to this? The last taxonomist. What will become of us? What will become of our field? How did it come to this? The last taxonomist. There. That song has a lot of words. This song has a lot of words. It has a lot of it. I think that could be said about some of my songs. I quite remember a friend of mine asked me, she was like, Kyla, what type of music do you play? And I was like, oh, it's folk music, whatever. And she said that a mutual friend of ours had gone to see me play, and she had asked, she was like, oh, like what does Kyla play? And her friend described it as, well, sometimes she goes up, and then sometimes she goes down. And my friend was like, yeah, that's how music works. It goes up and it comes down. But yeah, there's a lot of up and there's a lot of down. So there we go. Now we are going to move out of specific subjects and go into this song that is very specifically about school, and another song that kind of mentions school, and they are both, I would say, related. And this is a Supertramp. This is a Supertramp song, and it's really, I feel like the next two are very much my experience of school, and like, or a lot of people's experience of school, and it's kind of, they're songs for the people that really didn't fit in and really shouldn't have been at school. And one of the things, this thing that I really like about this song is the underlying message is really like, don't sweat about school. And I kind of feel like when you're a kid and you're growing up and you're going to school, all of the teachers, they talk a lot about how important school is, and then you get out of school and realize it really wasn't that important. Anyway, that's what my sense of this song is, and I really like this song because it's telling you not to worry about that. See you in the morning when you go to school. Don't forget your books, you know you gotta learn the golden rule. Teacher tells you to stop your play and get on with your work and be like Johnny Too Good. Don't you know he never shirks, he's coming along. After school is over, you're playing in the park. Don't be out too late, don't let it get too dark. They tell you not to hang around and learn what life's about, and grow up just like them, won't let you work it out, and you're full of doubt. Don't do that. What are they trying to do? Make a good boy of you. Do to where it's at. Don't criticize. They're old and wise. Do as they tell you to. Don't want the devil to come and pull out your eyes. Mistaken, expecting you to fight. Maybe I'm just crazy, I don't know wrong from right. While I am still living, I just got this to say. It's always up to you. If you want to be that, you want to see that, you want to see it that way, and you're coming along. Little Supertramp for you, and we're gonna stick on a similar theme with some Rush, and this is very much I think I definitely think of high school when I listen to this song. And I have recorded this. It's on a Rush tribute album, and it's recently become available on all the streaming services as well. So you can find it. You can find it here on YouTube. Sprawling on the fringes of the city in geometric order, an insulated border in between the bright lights and the far unlit unknown. Growing up, it all seems so one-sided, opinions all provided. The future dreamer or the misfit so alone. Subdivisions in the high school halls, in the shopping malls, karma be cast out. Subdivisions in the basement bars, in the backs of cars, be cool or be cast out. Any escape might help to smooth the unattractive truth, but the suburbs have no charms to soothe the restless dreams of you. On quiet nights, subdivisions in the high school halls, in the shopping malls, conform or be cast out. Subdivisions in the basement bars, in the backs of cars, be cool or be cast out. Any escape might help to smooth the unattractive truth, but the suburbs have no charms to soothe the restless dreams of you. Subdivisions. All right, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to specific learning skills, because although I hated school, I'm quite fond of learning. So we're gonna go to music class now, and this is a song that I wrote. This is what I spent my time doing in high school, this is a song about practicing. It is entitled "The Definition of Happiness." Tick, 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 picking and moving with the metronome. Is this right? There we go. That wasn't right. This is right. Tick, 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 picking and moving with the metronome, back and forth across the strings. I'm singing in a different key than I'm playing. Tick 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 tick, picking hand moving with the metronome, back and forth across the strings. How strange. I love that this is a song about practicing and I'm getting it totally wrong. Across the board. Repetition, rest, relax, memorizing passages. Tick, 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 tick. Alternate picking, picking, memolo. Alternate picking, sweeping, tremolo. Slow and fast across the strings. Hammer on paw, blending glissando. Two-hand tapping on the board. Repetition, rest, relax, memorizing passages. Then I come shed, and I can join the band playing, and I can hear in my head the notes as they lay waiting. Rather a lot of notes following one another in a very short time. Fingertips landing and lifting seamlessly, seemingly of their own volition. Blazing, soaring, face melting bliss. There we go. Oh no, I'm not sure which. This song that I just played is called The Definition of Happiness. The song I played before was Subdivisions by Rush. But there's The Definition of Happiness. And that brings us to our last song. And we're going to stick with the same sort of theme of learning for the pure joy of learning. This is about just letting yourself make the mistakes that you need to make in order to learn how to do something, or to learn how to do something well. Strike the wrong chord, sing out of key. Many things worth doing are worth doing poorly. You're never too wrong when you call the shot. You're never too wrong when it falls apart. You're never too wrong. You're never too wrong. Only by doing we get any better. You're never too wrong when you drop a stitch. You're never too wrong when you don't make sense. You're never too wrong. You're never too wrong. Bit by bit by bit, bit by bit by bit. Make ugly, stupid things. You're never too wrong when you miss a turn. You're never too wrong when you try new things. You're never too wrong. You're never too wrong. Start somewhere, here's as good as any. And there we go. Thank you, Samuel. I really enjoy, I guess it's because I love a concept album, so I really enjoy tracking down songs to fit a theme. So I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. And John, welcome in. I just played the 10th song. Really good to see you, though. Really good to see you. You've just done working at the Irish Fest this weekend. Oh, awesome! That sounds like a lot of fun. I know that you enjoy the heck out of that. I have just played 10 songs on the theme of back to school, And I'm signing off now, but just to let you know, there won't be a weekly Wednesday. There will not be a Warble next week because I will be flying to my niece's wedding, where I am doing the flowers, and that's going to be very funny because I care more about the flowers than the bride does. But so I won't be here next week. I will put up a 3-song. Romantic theme is my plan since I'm flying for a wedding. Yeah, exactly. You know what? I used to have a Google Calendar on my website that you could subscribe to get my live streams, and then I stopped using that because I started using other things, but maybe I should go back to that. Actually, that's not a bad idea. It's the end of winter there, yeah, and it's cold and rainy today. It's the end of summer here, and today is like one of the first days in a week that it's been nice enough for us to be outside on the deck. So I guess we're having similar patterns. But yes, I will be back. The next Warble will be on the 17th of September. And I haven't worked out my themes for the rest of the month, so I have many, that I've started to curate, but we'll see which one comes in on the 17th. But next week it'll just be a 3-song pre-recorded romance set of romantic tunes. And you're not going to the gym today. Well, are you not going to the gym today because it's too cold and rainy? But there we go. And yes, noted, John. So 17th of September will be the next Warble. And I wish you all a wonderful couple of weeks. And we'll see you next time. Take care. And thank you so much again for joining me here. I'm glad that you're enjoying my selections. Pleases me.